So I am helping understand why this barcode is not working with a weight embedded barcode parser. And the solution is to adjust the barcode a little bit because, so these are the options. And the way that it works is the letter I indicates the product code. A letter C indicates that we're not really reading that character, right? We're ignoring it. Capitalized W is the weight, which is before the decimal point, right? So it'll be either kilograms or pounds. And then the lowercase w would be the weight after the decimal point, right? So in the case of pounds, that would be ounces, and right. So, like for example, if this is total weight 25.32, the 0.32 would be expressed with the lowercase characters, with the lowercase. And then the C is also ignored. And the problem with this barcode is that any of these 5 settings, none match this one, because this is kind of how it goes. This 0 is already ignored by the scale itself, so it doesn't require a C. It's just not even read. Like if you scan this barcode, it starts reading it with the 2. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like you have 6, so the product code should be indicated as 200719, and that like this one will work. So except for number 2 will work, and the product code is not a problem. And then you have no space, right? Like you go straight into the weight, which is the next digits, right? So the 2532 right there are the digits that express weight. And the problem is that, like, you can't use number 2 because it has that C in there. It wants to ignore the number 2, which you can't. You have to use it. And then, like, all the other ones actually have a check digit in there. So there's a digit between 9 and the 2 that just gets ignored. But it's like a spacer there, right? And then after that digit, you can have your weight, which you have 2532, and then you have 2 digits that are ignored, 0, 3. And so you could, like, maybe you can have 1 digit, like maybe you can switch it to this setting, right? So instead of the 0, 3, it would read 20071902532 so you just need to kind of format this barcode a little bit. Stick a 0, like you just need a check digit between the product code and the weight. And then you could use this section right here, this option, I believe. Because I don't think it's expressing the 3 decimal points for the weight. So that's what you would need to do to this barcode, because none of these options would work. Let me demonstrate how this would work if you were to try to use these. So for example, on this one, we're gonna go to inventory, and I'm gonna make this item. So this is the item number. So I'm gonna put a 2 in here and get rid of this 2, right? So 200,719, right? So you get the 200,719, the product code. We put in the per unit price $4.69, and that it's per pound. And so then when we scan this, the whole thing is going to be way off because the position points are wrong. So in this case, it's going to read it 249.51, and it's because it's bringing in the pound as 53.2, 0.20 exactly, right? So see, it's using that 2 in there as a check digit. It's ignoring the 2, and then it goes 53, which is why it gives you this price. Now, if there was a check digit between the 2, it would work perfect. This one doesn't work because it's the same thing, plus it wants to use 3 decimal points right there. It wants to read 3 decimal points after the total, after the pounds. And let me show you how that works. So the product code would be the same, and then in the register app, if we scan this, it's going to take us into, it's almost the same as that one, but it just puts it, see how it says 2.03. It just adds another digit, and because it's not that significant, the price doesn't change that much. But that's what it does in this case, and that won't work either. So let me see. I'll go through all of them. This one is the same thing. It might work, but it might not. Let's just see how that works out. All right, so doesn't work. None of these did. I tried them. So this one reads it as 532 pounds 03 cents. So it basically ignores the 2 and then it reads 532 as pounds and 03 as the ounces, and that's why it gives you this one. So that doesn't work. And let's see. This one doesn't work because you'd have to reprogram the product code. So let me show you. First, you'd have to go into the inventory and you'd have to tell this item that you want to get rid of this 2 in the front and put it in the back. And let me show you why. So we're ignoring the first digit, which is not the 0, it's the 2, right? And then we're going 007 192 like this. And it'll recognize the item, but the price will be off again because here it is, $24.95 versus 118. It's because it's picking up 532, right? So it's still ignoring the 2, and then it just goes to 532 as the pounds, and that's wrong. And so this is why the number 2 doesn't work. And let me try the last one. There we go. This is the last one. Now, to make this one work, I have to go back to the inventory and fix this item. So I'm going to stick the 2 in here and get rid of it from there. So here it is back to this code, and I'm going to scan it in a register. And again, it's showing me $24.95, and it's because it reads it as 532, right? Which is, it ignores the 2 and then it reads it at 532. So none of our options actually match the design of this barcode. And if you can maybe reprogram this barcode to any of these 5 options here, then you could be able to use it. Thank you.